A flag down on this play, and it's not a touchdown.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 69, and an eligible number, was on the end of the line. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still second down.
That's Fred Miller, the right tackle, and down here it's where you can't make those mistakes.
Well, that's not his mistake. The mistake was on the receiver on the outside of him that didn't step up on the line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
Fred Miller can't move anywhere.
Yeah, but here now you get Rex Grossman a chance to throw the football.
Well, take a look at the wide receiver to the right of the screen. I mean, he's not even up on the line of scrimmage. Fred Miller has nothing to do with it, but yet he gets called for the play.
So back to the 7. Still second down and goal. Grossman, the fade to Muhammad. He was covered very well by D'Angelo Hall.
I guess you're allowed.
But there's a mismatch.
But I guess you're allowed to use your left arm to push up, aren't you?
Offensively?
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
All right, here's Holland Muhammad. Watch this. Watch the left arm of Musa Muhammad. Watch this. You think he pushes him?
Boy, D'Angelo Hall played that thing perfect. He played the route absolutely perfect, knowing that he had help inside from Keon Carpenter.
D'Angelo Hall at 5'10", Musa Muhammad at 6'2". Now it's 3rd and goal. This would be a win for the Falcon defense if they can force a field goal try. Grossman picked off at the goal line, then fumbled, and it looks like the Bears got it back. Keon Carpenter with the interception, and then he fumbled it.
He ran into his own guy.
What a break for Chicago.
Keon Carpenter was going to try and make something happen. As he got up, he runs into his own man. There's the interception. He runs up, and the ball comes flying out.
Boy, it appeared that Grossman was just staring down Muhsin Muhammad. And that's why Carpenter could read it.
A lot of bad things happen for Atlanta on this one. They lose the ball. It becomes now 1st down for Chicago, which if that ball would have been dropped or they'd been 4th down, they would have had to kick a field goal. But on that play, Grossman had the back coming out of the backfield who was wide open, and Grossman never saw him.
So back to 1st and goal for the Bears. Jones. Touchdown. Chicago takes advantage of a huge lucky break.
I'm going to tell you one thing. We're talking about all day about Chicago hitting. Look at the people hitting on the line of scrimmage for the Atlanta team. And this was Jones's. He went in and plowed in. Didn't get much help from the offensive line. But he made this on his own.
Followed big Reuben Brown into the end zone.
And how many times do you blow a scoring drive by throwing an interception at the goal line and get it back on the same play?
Sometimes you just got to be lucky.
Lucky never hurts. Gold for the point after. And the Bears, bouncing back from a week ago, a loss that broke their 8-game win streak, get a touchdown drive out of Rex Grossman.
The finest figure skaters from around the globe compete in the ISU Grand Prix. From the city of Osaka, Japan, the NHK Trophy, Tuesday on ESPN. The IRL IndyCar Series, the top open-wheel racing, thrills rabid racing fans around the world on ESPN. On to Texas and the Texas Motor Speedway. Dan Weldon was on a pace to break all the IRL records. With 4 victories in the first 5 races, he was going for an amazing 5 victories in 6 tries. But not on this day. South African Thomas Schechter had the race of his life and finally stopped Dan Weldon's run. ESPN, the home of the IRL IndyCar Series.
Not bad for Rex Grossman. First drive he's engineered all year. Touchdown. Bears lead 13-3.
First pass he threw was a rocket. Now all of a sudden you get this Bear team's only given up what, 11.37
That's
yards?
right.
Is that accurate?
Very good. Very precise. They're number 1 in the NFL in points allowed. Justin Griffith found a seam. Nice return out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Adrian Peterson in on special teams made the tackle.
Sometimes a coach just feels the need to make a change. Grossman comes out. First pass play. Excellent shot to Moreeeee Muhammad. Good quickness getting rid of the football. Gets the snap, gets rid of the ball, engineers the drive. Thomas Jones finishes it off, and Lovie Smith loves the decision. Of course, he made it. He should.
And in case you're wondering where the interception came from, it wasn't in that highlight package, but it was thrown at the goal line, but Carpenter fumbled it right back on the same play. Warrick Dunn out to the 45-yard line, still running hard. Let's go to Scott Van Pelt for a SportsCenter 30 and 30. Scott?
Mike, thanks. Unless you've been passed out on the couch all day, you know the story of the day. The Colts' perfection is over. They are beaten by a very dangerous San Diego team you got to think nobody would want any parts of in the playoffs. Speaking of the playoffs, bizarro world, Cincinnati. They have won their first title since 1990. We get it back out to Mike and the boys. Happy holidays, gentlemen.
You too, Scott. Thanks very much.
Scott.
Dunn. Warrick near midfield, and Warrick Dunn, by the way, continuing with his Homes for the Holiday program for single mothers and their children, has given away his 55th, 56th, and 57th house this year. Pays for the down payment, furnishes the houses, stocks them with food.
Works with
Just
the
unbelievable.
Works with the Habitat for Humanity program.
You won't find a better guy than Warrick Dunn. And he has had a tremendous year playing football. Pass behind Finneran, and Finneran is nailed in the process by Charles Tillman.
So
I'll
is
tell you
Michael
also,
Vick, too.
yeah, Michael Vick is getting nailed every time he throws the football. Tommy Harris, 91, is in, and he had sore ribs. Watch this. Look at Harris, and he popped him. He hit him in the left side, not on the right side where the ribs are.
Michael Vick is 5 for 16 for 14 yards. We're in the middle of the third quarter. 14 yards. Warrick Dunn has been the offense.
That's why the Bears are the #1 defense in the league.
You know, we've been talking about Brian Urlacher all night long, and just on that last play, when Urlacher decides to unload, he unloads, and you don't do anything once he hits you. Brian Urlacher's number 54. Watch this. He just gets away from the blocker. He just said, please do me a favor, get out of my way. I got work to do.
Todd McClure doesn't even block him. I mean, you've got to get a body on Brian Urlacher. He's going to make every tackle.
3rd and 8. Vick goes to the shotgun. Underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Green for the Bears. That is their 19th interception. Michael Vick badly underthrew it, and they turned the ball over.
ESPN gets your motor running each and every Monday night with 2 hours of power we call the engine block. 2-wheel, open wheel, or off the beaten path. Brought to you the way only ESPN can. Plenty of full throttle programs to keep every motorhead happy. The Engine Block, Monday nights only on ESPN.
The offensive line protects the quarterback, giving him time to find receivers. In addition, they block for the running backs. The offensive line consists of the center, 2 guards, and 2 tackles. If a team often utilizes the run, they may also employ the tight end to block on the offensive line. The center is responsible for snapping the ball to the quarterback, as well as blocking. He acts as a captain to the rest of his linemen, giving each of them blocking assignments. The two players on each side of the center are called guards. Their job is to stop the oncoming rush and clear the way, creating holes in the line for the running backs. The two men on each side of the guards are called tackles. The tackles are usually the largest men on the line and sometimes the most agile. They must stop the pass rushers and contain the defensive line when their team is running.
The numbers on Michael Vick, they were unimpressive until just a moment ago, and they got worse on the interception. His first pick of the night, and it gives the Bears the football at their own 29-yard line. They're already up 13-3. Jones picking his way. Keith Brooking makes the tackle.
When you go back and look at this interception, you're going to see two things. Michael Vick never really sets his feet to be able to get anything into the throw. He throws it flat-footed and leaning backwards. Now the ball's going to die on him anyway. Plus he's throwing it into the wind, and it's a flat throw. As soon as the wind catches it, it knocks it down right into Mike Green's hands, and he comes up with the interception. Michael is so mad, he wouldn't let him put a coat on him when he came to the sideline.
Grossman to Muhammad, dropped the ball, almost intercepted again by Carpenter.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. This is a classic example of Musa Muhammad. You're not looking the ball in. You're looking to run. You have the first down. All you have to do is catch it. Now, don't go back at the quarterback and say, throw it to me again.
You know, you can see a difference in the way the Bears break the huddle, the way they come to the line of scrimmage. There's a pop in their step with Rex Grossman as their quarterback that you didn't see in the first half with Kyle Orton. I mean, there's a belief that this guy can really get it done.
Grossman with time, throws again to Muhammad. This time he makes the catch. It'll be enough for a first down.
Mike, I also want to say this. This is the difference in a guy who's a 3-year veteran versus a rookie quarterback. Right. The biggest thing about the position is being decisive with the football. Muhsin Muhammad comes right back, makes the good move, turns inside of Jason Webster, and winds up making the play.
Muhammad led the NFL in yards and touchdowns last year when he was with Carolina.
And now they bring D'Angelo Hall on Musa Muhammad.
Grossman play fake, throws to McKee, the fullback. And Joe, there certainly is a much better rhythm to the passing attack right now.
This is an entirely different Bears offense than we've seen for the previous 13 games. As we mentioned, Kyle Orton did a good job of being a keeper of the offense. Now you take a look at what Rex Grossman has been able to do. The one interception, he got a lucky break on down around the goal line. The Falcons fumbled it. The Bears wound up recovering it and scoring a touchdown.
Orton's numbers, however, aren't much different than Michael Vick's in this game. Grossman again airs this one out with the wind. Berrien went down and got tangled up with the defender, Jason Webster.
Well, Jason Webster just played this thing perfectly. Berrien had no chance. This ball was just thrown up in the air and hoping that he can get to it. The wind is at Grossman's back. You can see that ball take off. Look at this throw. Now, Webster's just there. I'll tell you what, is that perfect? He sees the route, and he just nonchalantly just cuts him off.
It's also technically interference because he cut off the route.
Not if you don't get caught.
That's what you always say. Jones.
Wow.
Shifty run to the 44.
This is the other thing. If you're the Atlanta Falcons, you have no film on Rex Grossman. You have no idea the way he handles a game. If you're a defensive end rushing him, you have no idea where his drop is, so you can set the edge. I mean, for the Atlanta Falcons, it's almost like, let's figure out on the move if we can find something in this guy's game that we can work against.
DeMario Williams and Thomas Jones were the players that were yelling at each other. The Bears have a 3rd and 6. Clock running as we approach 3.5 minutes, third quarter. Bears already up by 10. Grossman, plenty of time. Gage, did he make the catch? He did.
Boy,
Got both feet down inbounds.
This is excellent throw, excellent catch, and position. This is the ball that you throw. When Rex Grossman makes up his mind to throw the ball, you see the decisive move that he makes. Look at this throw. It's absolutely perfect. The defense has no chance whatsoever.
All of a sudden, the Chicago Bears have become a much more dangerous football team as you move towards the playoffs.
Bad news for Chicago here, though Moreeeee Muhammad just limped off the field. Berrien is back in there taking his place. Jones will get the carry and picks up 5.
Again, Mike, Joe, what happens when you throw the ball down the field like Grossman has been doing since he came in the third quarter, it now opens things up in the middle for the running game. You now have linebackers that have to think about, now I've got to get a little bit deeper. I can't hug the line of scrimmage, and I can't just play run.
2nd and 5, a very impressive drive for the Chicago Bears. Jones again. Hitting the backfield this time, and in spite of that play, you cannot say enough about this offensive line of the Chicago Bears. All year, people have known they had to run the football. They were committed to it. They put 8 or 9 guys in the box, and the Bears still have been able to run the ball.
And that's what's so impressive about what Thomas Jones has been able to accomplish. Over 1,000 yards when you know that the identity of this football team is that I'm going to get the football.
Exactly.
And remember, Cedric Benson was their #1 pick out of Texas, who was going to really take Thomas Jones' playing time and job away. He met that challenge as well.
And Benson still out with a knee injury. They hope he'll be back very soon. Grossman dumps it underneath to Jones. He gets to the 21-yard line.
I'll tell you what they did is they picked up about 5 yards on that play to set him up for a field goal. I mean, just didn't do anything stupid.
And tonight there is a big difference in 5 yards on a field goal try. This will be a 39-yard attempt.
But at least this one is with the wind.
It's already hit from 29 and 35. Plenty of distance, and it's good. Robbie Gould with 3 field goals. And behind Rex Grossman, the Chicago Bears on top of Atlanta, 16-3.
ESPN Sport Legends presents Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson proved his basketball greatness for all time when he averaged a triple-double, 31 points, 12.5 rebounds, and 11 assists for the entire 1962 NBA season. No other player has cleared that bar.
They said Michael had like 6 or 7 triple doubles, and he thought that was great. I said, well, I played against a guy named Oscar Robertson that averaged a triple-double for an entire year, 82 games. Now, if that was great, how good was Oscar?
He averaged a triple-double for a whole season. I could never compare it to that. I really found out how good Oscar Robertson was when I was trying to accomplish the same feats as him.
You knew where he was going to go. You knew exactly what he was going to do, but you couldn't stop him. That's greatness.
You look at the comparison between the quarterbacks. Kyle Orton, 7 possessions, 6 points. Rex Grossman, 3 possessions, 10 points. I believe that the decision was made. We saw Moreeeee Muhammad get really upset when he felt like he was open. I think that that might have been something that weighed in Lovie Smith's decision, saying, okay, I'm not getting what I want out of this offense. I'm getting people open, and I can't get them the ball. He simply said he wasn't looking, Kyle Orton wasn't looking over his shoulder, and Lovie Smith wasn't thinking about making a decision. Sometimes coaches just make a gut call, and so far, this one's been a very pleasant stomach for him.
Justin Griffith. High, short kick from the 14-yard line. Flag is down as he is tackled at the 30. Ian Badejo again on special teams for the Bears.
Eric Beverly, number 80, was holding.
During return, holding, number 80, the receiving team. That's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
Let's check in with Susie.
Mike, the Bears and the Elements have done a number on Michael Vick tonight. The pressure, the cold, and the wind, whatever it is, over the last two series, Vick has come off the field throwing his arms in frustration, motioning to his offensive coordinator, Greg Knapp, and then huddling with him on the bench. They put up a sign here, wind speed west 11 miles per hour, but I don't know if that accounts for the swirling wind that Vick seems to be having a problem with.
Boy, and he really is, Susie. Duckett, met by Urlacher, and then Urlacher gets a lot of help from his friends in blue.
He doesn't need any help, but someone better block him before he kills somebody. Brian Urlacher reads so well, and you have to understand something. This man is 6'4", 258 pounds, and he's the fastest defensive guy they have on the field. Now you go figure that baby out, and you don't have somebody blocking him. You better find someone to block him.
That's why he goes to all those Pro Bowls. Vick to throw. Bears have done a great job containing him tonight. Jenkins makes the catch, goes up to the 25. And that is going to be the last play of the third quarter. The Chicago Bears in control at home, 16-3.
After the bench did more than its fair share in the first half. Here's Gay, a part of the rally here in the second half.
Whirl away.
About next year if they get all their guys back, the people that were injured this year. And how about Sam Congado? R.W. McCorders can't catch him.
ESPN gets your motor running each and every Monday night with 2 hours of power we call the engine block. 2-wheel, open wheel, or off the beaten path. Brought to you the way only ESPN can. Plenty of full throttle programs to keep every motorhead happy. The Engine Block, Monday nights only on ESPN.
Back in Chicago, here are the division leaders up to the moment. The Bears at 9-4. They win tonight. They would be 10-4, and they would have a 2-game lead over the Minnesota Vikings in this division. The wild card situation, Atlanta right now controls its own destiny, but if they lose tonight, they would drop to the 9th position in the playoff race, and 9th is not good. Vick over the middle. White makes the catch at the 45-yard line, taken down by a host of Bears led by McGowan.
Let me just say one more thing that I said earlier in this game. The Chicago Bears in the last 9 games, they have not given up more than 7 points in any quarter in the last 9 games.
That would bode well for the fourth quarter, wouldn't it?
Ooh, I wouldn't think so.
Warrick Dunn back in at tailback, and he'll go in motion. A real good pass catcher is Warrick Dunn.
Urlacher's covering him.
Vick looked that way, now turns and goes back the other way. Jump ball thrown and incomplete, intended for Finneran. Tillman was right there.
It's so difficult to make a play on a ball when the wind is moving it around. First of all, it's hard to locate it. Secondly, when you don't have the footing to be able to push up and go get it. These are the kind of catches that Brian Finneran has made for Michael Vick. But you can't get your footing up. You can't quite find the ball, and the defender's hanging real close.
Roddy White made one a week ago on a pass that could have easily been intercepted. He turned it into a touchdown, a pass that was thrown into double coverage. Crumpler has been ineffective. He's the man in motion. Duckett, good hard run, and T.J. Duckett picks up 6 or 7. Mike Green with the tackle. There's a marker down back at the 45-yard line.
Chicago's going to be offside, and this will help Atlanta out a bit.
Offside, number 93 of the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. It'll still be second down.
That's a Gunley, and about the only thing he's done wrong tonight.
Well, 2 plays ago, we had Brian Urlacher now taking number 54. Look who he's covering. He's out here in space playing corner now, covering Warrick Dunn. Warrick Dunn tried to make a couple moves on him. You think Warrick Dunn's got him beaten? I don't think so. Again, 6'4", 258. He was a safety in college, so that's where he gets all those moves.
Not at 258.
At 258, he's not a safety anymore,
No.
but he can still run. Duckett hit in the backfield.
Oh, man.
Alex Brown has had a big game. Paul, you said at the beginning, those 2 defensive ends had to funnel everybody inside, and boy, have they done it.
Well, he didn't even have to funnel that time. He's the guy that made the play. Alex Brown, they are so fast. He and a Gunley on the other side. But look at this. They didn't even have a chance to block him. They tried to block down Schaefer, number 76. He never even saw him.
And you have to wonder, are the Falcons in a 4-down situation yet?
3rd and 9 here from their own 46. 4-man rush. Finneran makes the catch, pays the price, but has a first down at the 34 as McGowan makes the tackle. The Bears missing both of their starting safeties.
All right, here we go again. Kevin Schaefer, number 76, and he's on Alex Brown, and he's blocking on this play here. Look at Schaefer. He pushes him to the outside. And look at Alex Brown. He's almost around. That is good blocking by the tackle.
And that's what happens when Michael Vick gets time to throw and can set his feet.
Boy, Finneran took a rip after he made that catch. Jenkins drilled, the ball popped up in the air and picked off by the Bears. Nathan Vasher, as the ball came straight up in the air, Mike Green unloaded on Jenkins, and Vasher was right there.
Somebody's going to get killed tonight. It is unbelievable. Watch this hit, folks. And there's no way you hold on the ball. That ball pops up right into Vasher's hands, and that's an interception. Man, oh, man.
They will officially call it a fumble, but regardless, Vasher has it, so the
My odd Irish socks might make me lucky today.
Robert Williamson wears a new pair of lucky socks every day. Jeffrey Lissandro always chews gum. And Jesus never shaves during the World Series. There's a lot of strange superstitions out there.
Every gambler is, suspicious, but some a lot more than others.
I have some quirks, some things that I like to keep a pattern on.
Lucky hand, lucky shirt, lucky talisman.
If I'm winning, I wear the same jacket.
the same shirt.
But the real question is, do they actually work?
I don't think having a rabbit's foot would make me luckier. It certainly didn't make the rabbit any luckier.
If you think that that's what was good for you, then that's what you should do.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward. Best Buy, thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. With Visa's multiple layers of security, you're protected. And new Campbell's Chunky Fajita Soups, hearty soups that fill you up right.
Chicago deep dish pizza? Send up a couple. Well, we've had a challenge. The ruling was changed from a fumble to an interception, as we thought it originally was. Now it's been challenged by Jim Moreeeee.
It's saying that he was down by contact. I can assure you he's down by contact.
See, what he is his rear end hits the ground, and he still has possession of the ball. Therefore, the ball should be dead right there. There's the hit.
Now,
he comes down, and then the ball comes out after it. I believe.
Wait a minute. Joe, don't you have to make a football move?
Yes, you do.
Once you catch the ball, you have to make a football move. Now, I'll tell you what.
Well, I don't think.
Now, is getting depleted a football move?
Jim Moreeeee over there looking at Susie Culber's monitor.
She's the one hidden in the scarf and the hat just to the left.
Now, what a huge call this is, because it would be the Falcons' ball, presumably. The first question is it a complete pass if he does not make the football move? Now, if you go to the ground, you have to hold on to the ball. My first thought would be it's not a complete pass, but since it never hit the ground, it would be an interception.
That's correct. The other thing is, if it was ruled down by contact on the field, it would not be reviewable.
But they didn't call down by contact.
That's right.
The first thing that they said, it was a fumble.
And now we're going to find out.
I can't see how they can give this ball to Atlanta. I can't see how.
I don't either.
After reviewing the play, the interception stands. However, the interceptor was contacted at the 10-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, Chicago at the 10. Atlanta is not charged a timeout.
So Atlanta saves the timeout because the spot of the ball changes, but that's the only reason. They still lose the ball.
Wait a minute. Didn't he just say he was down by contact at the 10? So they got to move the ball back to the 10. Hold on, boys.
They will.
You're not going anywhere yet.
And Jim Moreeeee is outraged.
Well,
but I think it's the right call.
You got to make a football move. Now, the only move he made was getting hammered right about now. And that he didn't have time to make any kind of move. And that ball comes out. All right, it is touched because he rolls in.
You know what? If I'm Lovie Smith, I challenge this. Because I'm not sure.
Oh, there goes. Jim Moreeeee just got a flag thrown at him. He almost, if he could have, he would have thrown a punch at the referee. He was so livid. He still is.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Atlanta. It's a 15-yard penalty. It'll be 1st down.
I'm going to tell you what, he almost hit one of the officials. Watch Jim Moreeeee. Watch this. Watch this. Now watch him. Boy,
no, he just backed away in disgust. He didn't try and hit him.
I know he didn't try to hit him. That's not what I'm saying.
No, he didn't try and hit him. Not at all. He's just so disgusted with the call.
But that got him a 15-yard penalty, and it moves the Bears out to the 25-yard line. The frustration just boiling over.
See, I don't ever believe that was called a catch, Mike. I agree with you. No. Ball just bounced up in the air. Nathan Vasher with his 8th interception.
Here's the flanker screen to Berrien. It's because of the rule on what a catch is. It was not a catch because he didn't control the ball as he was going to the ground. The ball popped loose, but because it didn't touch the ground, it was an interception when it was picked off by Vasher.
How about Nathan Vasher? He's already returned one for a touchdown against Brett Favre a couple of weeks ago. 8th interception of the year. Always seems to be around the ball. If it's in the air, he winds up with it.
He is a tremendous player. 13 interceptions. That's in his first 30 games of his brilliant career so far, and that's better than any other active player. He's got 2 touchdowns this year. The first came in Week 10 when he caught a missed field goal in the end zone and took it back 108 yards. That's the longest play ever in the NFL. The other one came in Week 13, a 45-yard interception return after he picked off Brett Favre. And Vasher just comes up with another one.
I tell you, you talk about a defense that intimidates you. They intimidate you.
And they're playing without 3 of their safeties.